Hey guys, welcome to another video. iQueenix here, back at it again with another one. So in this video I'll be discussing some essential things that you need in your car. So if you're somebody who likes driving around and likes road trips, there are things that I would recommend you to have in your car, based on some experience I've had with others and some I've had on my own. There's some things unahitaji tu, some things I wish I had known, as in I really needed this in the car, even though it's not mandatory by the law or something. So in this video I'll be discussing that. So as always, roll the intro and let's get to our first nini. But before that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing.
You should take it slow.
The first thing on my list, on my 10 list, would be a lifesaver. For those of you who don't know what a lifesaver, this is a lifesaver. This is mine. It's it's a little bit beat up, a little bit. Basically, this is a reflective type of material, on a sheet. Yeah, class 2 reflective sheeting. Basically what it does, it tells other motorists that we have some car problems. You're supposed to place it around over 10 meters on the front and 10 meters on the back if you're stranded. I remember there was a time I was with a friend na tulikuwa Thika Road and tulikuwa na gari yake and it developed some issues. Now so basically, I don't know if you know that path where where you take that route to Muthaiga to go to Parklands. Tulikuwa on that intersection and the car stalled there and it was not working for some time. So and we didn't while tulikuwa hapo tuliwasha tu hazard and we didn't place the lifesavers. And Kenya National Highways Authority wanakuaga rada na guys using that road, so if there is a car stalled, they know. I don't know how they know it, but it was 20 minutes after stalling they were there with the Hilux truck. And they gave us a lot of heat, bana. Wow, walitupatia heat. They were like, why are there no lifesavers? Kwanza unajua it was a blind spot kwa sababu some people would be taking the corner into Thika from Thika Road, and we were hidden. So traffic was really honking their horns at us, So and that is a day I live to remember. And since that day, I'll always tell somebody to always carry lifesavers because the guy didn't have lifesavers in his cars. Well, I know you're watching. Nimekusema kwa the masses. So yeah, that is a lifesaver. Always have a lifesaver in your car kwa sababu they save lives and by alerting other motorists. Yeah, there are a lot of clips in the internet showing people that when you're wajeka lifesavers, people just came in and just bashed into their cars because somebody is not aware and might be dark. So yeah, a lifesaver, it's important, people. Get one if you don't have one, and I think the law requires you to have this in your car. So the next thing on my list would be a funnel and a fuel tank. Not like a fuel tank, a fuel can, if I might say. Basically something that will be in your car that can allow you to fetch fuel from a petrol station that iko mbali kiasi. Najaga with cars, kwanza the old ones, this one, so zingine we develop some problems. I remember was a time I was driving na the fuel line ikakatika and it was dripping fuel na niko alikuwa ametaka kuniwekea mafuta za 1000. So you can imagine it all dripped out and the car died kwa sababu and uzuri tulikuwa home and I had my metal container that I used to fetch fuel from the petrol station and to the car. So actually the government requires you, if you have a container that is supposed to have fuel in your car, it's supposed to be metal, made of metal kwa sababu with the plastic ones you accumulate charges while you're walking. while you're walking with a plastic container, it rubs against the wind and your clothes, and basically it accumulates static charges. And this it accumulates, it's actually more flammable. It has higher chances of flaming up when it comes into contact with like fuel, in the with a spark in the environment. So the government requires you to have a metal one. Kama unajua kawe unapendaga kubeba kibuyu ya top fry, rudisha kwa nyumba. Kwa sababu hiyo government, kwanza when a cop sees you carrying fuel with a bottle, with a plastic jerry can, that is just like you might face some time with that or some fines. So a funnel and a metal container for fuel. Yeah, because you never know, cars are unpredictable. So yeah, that is the second thing on my list. Something hata mimi nakuaga nayo, it's in the bag always with a funnel. With funnel it's good to have one, lakini ukiwa stranded unachukua tu chupa na unaikata into half and it is a funnel. Bada bim bada boom. So the third thing on my list would be towing straps. And nikisema towing straps, unajua kitambo people used to use like ropes and all that, and so inajaza kwa boot. But these days there are like some kits you can buy which has some tow straps on this side, on the other side. They use that type of ratchet strap type of material, which is kind of strong. I think I'll overlay a clip here or a photo, depends. Yeah, and squeezes inakaa neat. Sika kitambo tu, you just have a bunch of ropes inside your boot. And as I said before, cars are really unpredictable, so you might break down on the road, and then you're faced with some challenges of needing to get towed, and unajua breakdown vile ni expensive squeezy. So you might call a friend and anaweza kutow, and at your own expense, or at I believe so. So yeah, and so you might be at a remote area if you are like some off-roader and your car breaks down, and it's good to have them in your car kwa sababu unazoga. I always say you'd rather be assured of some danger. I mean, you're not assured of some danger, but unajua ni poa tu kuwa ready when it's there. So tow straps, buy the kit. I believe if you are looking for one, I know somebody who's selling them for a really nice price. So as an inbox Instagram, nikuambie prices. The fourth thing on my list, number 4, would be jumper cables. Basically, jumper cables allow you to jump power from another car's battery system or a charging system to your car. Trust me, I always have a pair lying around in this car kwa sababu this car ziko na shida gani. I've tried replacing this comes up, it just saa zingine you might have to charge your battery and it doesn't want to start up. So the car jumpers are really essentials. You don't want to get stranded maybe like in a parking lot or somewhere you're paying for parking, and then your car maybe you left the radio on or the air conditioning or just something on, it can drain the battery. It's good to have jumpers because the first thing you ask somebody, if you're driving an automatic car, the first thing they ask you, uko na jumpers? And there is no bad situation like umepata msea willing kukusaidia and yeye hana jumpers na wewe una jumpers, so it's always good to carry a pair around. Squeeze on in like a small car pack, a good pack that is portable in a way, durable. I also know somebody who's selling this, so me inbox if you need a good pair, the one that uses the copper linings. Yeah. So jumper cables, really essential. Okay, the fifth thing on my list would be a torch. Something very simple, a torch. Yangu actually it's charging, so msinipatie heat. Yeah, a torch is something everybody knows what a torch is. Torch. I'll give you a scenario. There was a time I was with Ray. Ray is a cousin of mine. He's in some videos. If you look at the past kiasi. Yeah, tulikuwa tumeenda Kiambu. So we are in Kiambu. And it got dark and the car had developed some problems. I think it was overheating and we lost water. I think the fuel Hapo there is a lining between the the water pump and basically a rubber hose connecting the water pump, which is metal, and the rubber hose that is rubber. Kulikuwa na leak and we were losing water and I did not notice. So and basically the car ran for some time without water in the system, and it overheated. And these cars have even these old ones have some system where when it reaches some temperature it shuts itself off to protect the engine. So basically the car shut itself off. So after inspecting, it was night time, we were stranded in Kiambu, not our home county, and it was dark and we didn't have any means we basically just with our phones trying to see. So yeah, good thing I had a friend who lives in Kiambu and they had a good compound. Big up Charles. And he was able to store the car for me for like a week. Yeah, so that I would sort out some fund issues and take a mechanic there to sort here. So yeah, and that is why every day I always carry a torch. I would prefer a rechargeable one because with the rechargeable ones you don't have to buy batteries like an idiot. Kila time you are like or biting down on batteries. So yeah, a rechargeable. Mine is at the house right now because I was charging it, but it's always good to have one. Yeah, it's always good to have one. I think I'll input the clip of me like doing some kuonesha the one I use. So having a torch, it's essential. I know it's kind of dumb, but it's really essential. Now these things hapa unazidharau, but you'll be in that situation and you'll remember watching this video. So yeah, on my list, actually the sixth thing on my list, something really important is a fire extinguisher. Najua yangu ilikuwa expire, but I'm supposed to get a new one soon because I'm saving up for something to do with the car, the paint. Yeah, by the way, tell me if you guys are willing to support the project car build. Car you're willing to support, please in inbox. I'm willing to, anything will help. Yeah. So I feel like I get a lot of people trying to tell me like, hey, how's the build going? Sometimes in financial situations. So yeah, if you feel like supporting, please in inbox. Yeah, okay, let's go back to the fire extinguisher stuff. So a fire extinguisher, with a fire extinguisher, basically it extinguishes fire. Obviously it's in the name. And nikisema fire extinguisher, watu wangu sisemi ile fire extinguisher ya nyumba, ile the big one, ile hoteli. Nasema the small compact ones. These days they are really efficient because the technology has advanced. And you can have one in the car with a quick release system, maybe hapa nyuma or somewhere. And if you're somebody who has a cage in this car, you can always put it somewhere in the cage, somewhere with a quick release utavuta. And I think I have some experience, though it came to my attention, I have some experience with some car fire type of situation. Basically, one time I was really driving the car really hard, and something I hit like a pothole, and something really like unsettled the car battery, and it shorted out with some type of wires that were kind of bare. Some wires that were bare, and basically they short and they caught fire. And you can imagine driving at over 100 kilometers an hour, and then all of a sudden you see a plume of smoke into the cabin. So you're like, oh my god, something is burning. I mistake I did on my part because you're not supposed to do that. I parked the car and quickly opened the bonnet, which you're not supposed to. When you're having car fires inside your engine bay, you're not supposed to open the bonnet if you're malenge because it's like you're adding more air into the system, if I am making sense. Basically the engine bay is a closed space, and when you open the hood you're adding more air into the fuel, whatever is burning. So you're supposed to suppress the fire in the sides, huku sides kando ndo uone like. But if you see like it's just smoke, you can open it even though you're not supposed to. Just with engine bay fires, please be careful. You might open the hood and an explosion occurs because of the fresh air. And recently I've watched my favorite YouTuber. My favorite YouTube online content creator. Mtatuacha kuita YouTubers kila saa, mnatuita YouTubers. We are online content creators. So Adam LZ, I watch him a lot. I've watched him for a lot of many years. So he had an incident at the track with his GT350, a Mustang. Yeah, basically what happened was like the oil filter like ilitoka and dislodged and sprayed fuel all over the hot engine, and then it caught fire, and basically he watched his car burn down. He watched his car burn down in front of him, even though it was not him driving, it was Colette, of whom I watched because of the rotary stuff. So yeah, and the car burnt down. But they were able to suppress it. But yeah, at least the fire was controlled because it was a track and track officials had fire extinguishers and stuff. And of recently, he got into a small fire incident when he was drifting with TJ Hunt. Yeah. So yeah, extinguishers are really important. So the next thing on my list would be a spare tire. Msikuwe kama mimi mnaendesha gari bila spare tire. You know, as I said before, car problems are unpredictable. So unaweza jipata pale umedungwa na spare tire, something on your, ama unaweza acha tu gari usiku and then asubuhi unapata it's a flat. So it's always good to roam with a spare tire. Kwanza kama ni msee wa road trips and stuff. Kama unapenda kutembea sana, kwanza kama mimi, spare tire ni really. Watch the video I made about how to change a flat tire. Hapa juu nitailink, na nikikosa kulink iko kwa channel. Ni sawa my people. So yeah, spare tire really important. You don't want to find yourself somewhere without a spare tire. You have to like take out your tire with the rim ubebe, wende tena utafute. Alafu imagine uko place kama Moyale pale hata ujipa lio kitu itajengwa. So yeah, spare tires are really important, and I think I should really get one, because kama kuna spare tire number 14 inbox ni donate. The next thing that follows up a spare tire, jua lazima uko na kitu ya kufungua hiyo spare tire, and basically a jack and a wheel spanner. Basically jacks, you jack up your car, inainua gari juu. Wheel spanner ni ya kufungua the nuts or bolts, it depends on your car model, yenye inatumiaga some use nuts, some use bolts. So yeah, basically a wheel spanner and jack. Hiyo itasaidia ufungue the tire. So they are really important. It doesn't make sense to carry a spare tire na ukose jack. It doesn't make sense because utakuwa na spare tire na utaifungua aje. So make sure you always have one. It is mandatory, manze. It is mandatory. It's not mandatory by the law, but it's mandatory to you as a driver. Unanipata. So yeah, a jack and a wheel spanner is the 8th thing on my list. So yeah, I'll overlay a clip on how to do that. Actually, I made a video and then you can watch your video. So yeah, the 9th thing on my list, fanya Raka, it's a first aid kit. First aid kit. First aid kit. First aid kit is basically it has some first aid kits, as it's in the name. Unapata like you have some scissors, gloves. Basically a first aid kit itakusaidia kwa sababu you never know might happen. Unaweza kuwa in a small accident, small cut, or you are camping with your friends and moja jikate, badala ya sijui kutafuta sijui what in the woods, miti shamba, unachukua first aid kit yako, unampiga bandage and it comes into its use. Nazoga most people nasemaga, when will I ever use a first aid kit? Ngoja ujipate kwa shida. You will say you'll see why I tell you need a first aid kit. Yeah, and they come in clutch. Trust me, they come in clutch. Yeah, a first aid kit is the 9th thing on my list. I think it's required these days, mandatory by law for public service vehicles. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about it private vehicles, but I know public service vehicles lazima zikuwe nazo pale juu, fire extinguisher and first aid kit. Yeah, 9th thing on my list. So the last thing on my list is a cigarette lighter charger. Cigarette lighter charger, that is what I call them. I basically have mine hooked up. Yeah, this is mine. It charges my phone on the other end, and in your Samsung, some legit stuff there. So you just plug it in there and you charge your phone while your car is on. Najua people these days wamekuwa wajanja, and they actually have them in their cars, which is good. Kitambo some cars used to come with it stock, like the really high end Mercedes walikuwa nakuja na some stock ones, but they kind of get outdated because walikuwa naeka port yenye hata simu za siku hizi haziwezi support. But there is a way you can actually modify that to fit your phone. Yeah, so yeah, a cigarette lighter charger, cigarette charger lighter. Cigarette charger lighter cigarettes. Yeah, and they're really important. Konza car, if you are on a long trip and you don't have like power outlets, ipokuwa nayo hapo, so that you charge your phone so that you don't go off grid or offline. Yeah, so a cigarette lighter charger, really important stuff. So with that comes the end of the video, and thank you for watching. Najua niko kwa daily upload train, so make sure you stick around for tomorrow's video. Support the video, like the video, share everything, do all that YouTube stuff that we content creators like. So yeah, thank you for watching these videos. These things are essentials. Please have them in your car. Nanipata, have them in your car. They will help you in some situations. And yeah, basically usikuwa umewatch video and then you're there and umejipata into a situation where you need one of these things and you watch the video. If you don't have them, please nakuamba have them, they will help. So with that being said, seeing you on the next video. Peace out. Tuonane. Interested to know how you made this super cool number plate that says Icoinex, which you're supposed to subscribe to, please watch my video on that. Watch the other video I did on race wars, and for more content, just to support the channel. Thank you.